Okay. In einem späten Sommerchodesh ist ausgebrochen ein Untergang in Stettel und meine beiden Schwesterlich sind krank geworden auf Scarlatina. Late one summer, in the summer months, an epidemic broke out in the shtetl, and both of my little sisters became ill with scarlet fever. Reb Itches Spruchen haben nicht geholfen. Reb Itches exorcisms didn't help. Man hat gebracht Pavlovsky dem Felcher. They brought Pavlovsky the Felcher is a healer. Der Goy hat lopsiert die Kinder, die Hälser, mit Jodine. Aber euch das hat nicht geholfen. So this Gentile, he couldn't find the word lapsieren.
Probably treated. Or maybe he spread the Helzer. He spread. Okay, sprinkle. Okay.
Yeah, painted perhaps
okay.
The children's throats with iodine, but this didn't help. Nog etliche Tag is a fuhr weggefahren ken Zakrochin, was ist gelegen über der zweiter Seite Weißel. Und man hat gebracht dem Doktor von dort. After several days, a wagon left for the town of Zakrochin, which was on the other side of the Weissel River, and they brought from there the doctor from there. Der Doktor, a Goy mit a Zylinder, ist reingekommen in unser Stub, was ist gewesen voll mit Weiber und Jiden. This doctor, who wore a top hat, came into our house, which was full of women and men and Jews. Alle Jiden haben ausgetan die Hitlen. All the Jews took off their hats. Mein Vater ist geblieben in der Yarmulke, but my father remained in his yarmulke. Der Doktor hat betracht Pavlovskien, dem Felcher, klomperst sein Konkurrent in dem Gegend und ihm gefragt in Spaß. So the doctor considered Pavlovsky the Felcher, the healer, who was sort of his
competition
in the area, in the region, and he asked him in derisively or in jest, see, is dos der Chochem von Lenchen. He asked him derisively if he was the wise man of Lenchen. Der Felcher hat genommen das Hittel fahren Poritz und gebeugen sich in Hachnoa. So the feldsher took off his hat in front of the nobleman and bowed down in humility. Perhaps, I don't know. Okay. In unser Stub hat genommen schmecken mit Refuers. Our house began to smell of medicines. Die Mama hat nicht aufgehört zu sagen Tehillim und weinen. My mother didn't stop saying Psalms, Tehillim, and crying. Der Tata hat gerufen, die Jiden von Stettel sagen Tehillim in Besmedres. My father called upon the Jews in the town to say Tehillim in the study house. Aber die Kinder seien geworden als mehr krank und krank. But the children became more and more ill. Shabbos in der Früh, wenn mein Tate ist wie sein Steiger ist gewesen, geblieben später noch in Davenen, in Beschmedres, weil ist nicht fertig geworden mit die Tfilis, ist Aidene reingelaufen und sagen die schlechte Besura, als die Kinder seien vorbei. So early on Shabbos morning, on Shabbos morning, when my father, as was his custom, remained later after the davening in the study house, because he hadn't finished with the prayers, a woman ran into to the study house to tell him, to give him the bad news that the children were at death's door. Der Tata ist gleich hingegangen in mitten davenen. So my father immediately went home, even though he was in the middle of praying, of davening. Ich bin ihm noch gegangen, and I followed him. Der Tata hat geheißen Ayid, spannen Pferd und Wogen Shabbos, und zusammen mit der Mammen gebrochene und verweinte seinen aufgesessen auf der Fuhr und sich gelost kein Novidvor, wo es ist gewesen a Doktor am Mumche. So my father told a Jew to harness the horse and cart, to span it in, even though it was Shabbos, and together with my mother, broken and weeping, they got onto the wagon, and they left for Novidvor, the town of Novidvor, where there was a specialist doctor. Das ganze Städtel hat geweint. A Reus begleiten Diktate Mama in sehr Schabbesdike Nessia, zu raten die Kinder von Malchamovis' hand. Mm. The whole town was crying as they accompanied my parents on their Shabbos journey to save the children from the Malchamovis, the angel of death's hands. A Schochente hat angenommen mich und meine Schwester und reingeführt zu sich in Stub, wo sie hat uns weggesetzt beim Schabbesdicken Tisch und gegeben uns gute Macholem. A neighbor took me and my sister into her house, where they sat us down at the Shabbos table, and they gave us good things to eat. Es Ingele, Tata Mama wollen zurückkommen besholem mit die Kinder, hat sie mich getröst. Eat, my child, your parents will come back safely with the children. She tried to comfort me. Indeed, in die Tröstwörter und in die gute Macholim habe ich vergessen in als Ding. And in these words of comfort and because of the good things to eat, I forgot about everything. Go vergessen habe ich sich, wenn unter Hashgocha von Tate Mama habe ich sich stark verspielt mit die Ingelach. And I completely forgot about everything, since there was no parental supervision. I was played very involvedly with all the little boys. Noch 8 Tage seinen Tata Mama zurückgekommen allein von Novi Dvor. 8 days later, my parents returned alone from Novi Dvor. Meine Mutter hat mir probiert einreden, als meine Schwesterlich seien geblieben auf der Zeit in Novi Dvor. My mother tried to convince me, to talk me into the fact that my little sisters had remained in Novi Dvor for a time. Aber ich habe verstanden, als sie seien geblieben dort auf ewig. Und ich habe dem ganzen Zar von der Toppeler Aveda. But I understood that they had remained there forever. And I felt the whole anguish of the double loss. Die Mama hat sich zerjammert in ihr größten Zar. My mother lamented bitterly in her great sorrow. Ich gedenk noch bis jetzt ihr schweren Jammer, noch ihre Kinder, was seien gestorben beide in ein Tag. I remember even till today the very heavy tears that she shed for her children, both of whom died on the same day. Rebbeinu Shalom, for was kommt es mir? Master of the universe, why did I deserve this? Hat die Mama gefragt, mit aufgehobener Hand zum Himmel. She asked with her hands raised up to the heavens, für welche sind Vater in Himmel? For what sin, Father in heaven? Der Vater in Himmel hat geschwiegen. The Father in heaven remained silent. Anstatt ihm hat mein Vater geredet. Instead of him, my father spoke. Thomas darf sein, hat gesagt, a Gebrochener. Mentor nicht Misraim sein auf Gott. Perhaps this is how it has to be. My father said, as a broken man, one can't protest about God's actions. Gott is a gerechter, a guter. God is
just.
Yeah, okay, just a good God. Nein, Gott ist ein schlechter, hab ich gesagt, mit Zorn, a Beser. No, God is bad, I said with anger, with rage. He is bad. Der Tate ist geblieben a Versteinerter. My father remained stony silent. Okay.
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 Okay. Ayid Tora soll nicht reden, hat gesagt, zitterndig, im Ganzen von Pachad. God is a tzaddik. A Jew is not allowed to talk like that. He said, shaking, completely out of fear. God is just. God is righteous. Gain, a schlechter is, oh, nein, sorry. Nein, a schlechter ist Gott, a schlechter hab ich gesagt in mein kindischer Bitterness. No, God is bad, is bad, I said in my childish bitterness, my childish anger. Ich hab bei kein Offen nicht gelost sich einreden, als der, was hat übergegeben meine zwei kleine Schwesterlach zu Malacham Maves, ist in ein Tag, der Malacham Maves in ein Tag ist a Tzadik. Oh. I have other glasses. Okay, no glasses. Is that okay? I would now in no way allow to be convinced that he who gave away my two little sisters to the angel of death in one day is just. Das ist gewesen gegen meine Begriffen von Zitkes. This was against my concept of righteousness, of justice. Zu lieb dem ob ich euch gehad a scharfen Sichsuch mit meinem Amelamed beim Lernen Iov. Because of that, I also had a big argument with a teacher of mine while learning the book of Job, Job, who also lost two kids like that. Ich hab gehalten mit Iovon, dem Gepeinigten, dem Geschlagenen mit Kretz, nicht mit die Freien seine. I was siding with Job, the tortured one, who was hit with leprosy, and not with his friends. That's the whole story in the book of Job. His friends are talking to him, and they're arguing. So here the boy is siding with Job and not with his friends. Was haben ihm getröst mit Diburim? Nicht mit Gott, was hat berechtigt sein schwere Strof auf Irven mit eigener Barimerei über seine göttliche Wunder und Keuches. Yeah, I was siding with Job, nicht mit Gott. I wasn't siding with God, who justified the heavy punishment that he gave Job by his own boasting about his godly, wondrous, by his godly miracles and power. So the boy is against God, who boasts about his power. Ich hab meine Teines zu Gott herausgesucht offen, azoi, als die fromme Leid haben sich verstoppt, die Euren und gemossert mich, als ich will schlecht abschneiden von mein Asus. I expressed my complaints to God openly, so that the religious people closed their ears and was scolding me, saying that I will kind of pay for my audacity. In Gichen habe ich sich getreist damit, was
I'm sorry.
mir... What?
Does Obschneid mean to cut down, maybe? Or
Yeah,
cut up?
schneiden is cut down, but here it means I will... Aber ich will schlecht abschneiden, I'll end up badly. I'll
Right.
end up badly,
Mm.
okay?
I'll come to a
I'll be-
bad end.
I'll be struck down for
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
Okay.
Struck down is option. I will end up badly.
Mm.
And what is
I think.
Azus again? I'm sorry.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Okay.
Azus is Hebrew and chutzpah is Hebrew,
Okay.
and they both mean audacity.
Right.
Okay.
Mm.
In Gichen hab ich sich getreist damit, was mir haben genommen bauen ein eigen Haus. This consolation. Yeah, soon enough, I was cheered up or encouraged by the fact that we started building our own house. Zu uns in Stub pflegen oft hereinkommen Waldjiden von die arumike Gedichte Wälder. Jeden Waldsochrim, Rokares, Karsires, Waldschreibers und andere. To our house, there often came forest Jews from the surrounding, like thick forests. Jews who were forest merchants, Wokaris, I found it's woodsmen, people that dealt with wood. Tarsires Carceres, I don't know what it. I didn't find. I don't know what it is. Just
tre-
yeah,
A
you know.
kassirer is a treasurer. People who deal with money.
Okay, yeah, I thought that, yeah, but I did not combine it
Cashiers.
with I didn't with the forest, yeah, I can see, yeah. Okay, thank you. Waldschreibers, probably um, forest recorders, probably people who record forest business.
Yeah, people who are in charge of the lumber accounts.
Okay, thank you, and others. Das seinen gesunde, abgebrannte Jiden, was haben geschmeckt mit Wald, Erd, Wind, Wasser und Sonne. Jiden kräftige und zerwachsene und mutige und freiliche. So this is very typical of Yud Zinger. He likes the Poshete Yidden, the Poshete Menschen. He likes nature and he likes people who live in nature, and it's all in all his writings. Even when he comes to America, he talks about living in the bosom of nature and enjoying it, and it starts here in this childhood. So those were healthy, sun, uh, sun,
Suntanned.
suntan. Thank you. Yeah, of course, suntan Jews who smelled with who were smelling of forest, of the earth, of wind, of water and sun. Jews strong and well grown up, the big ones, and mutige, it's with good happy. And Freilich and happy is again Freilich again happy with good
Mutika,
mood and happy. Mutika was a good mood and
Mutika is bold.
what?
Bold. BOLD. Bold.
Bold. Mutika is bold.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not.
Not
It's not
not
from
bald.
the
Not bald without hair, but bold. That
courageous.
courageous. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, but mood is mood. No, mood in Yiddish is mood in English. No.
No, it has in this context it has a different meaning that
Okay. Okay.
they're not people who stand aside. They're people who stand up for things.
Okay. Uh, Seeflegen machen bei meinen Taten starme Führers. Verkaufen sie ihre Wälder zu dem Schabbesgoy Schmidt, azoi as Goyim sollen megen arbeiten in ihre verkaufte Wälder Shabbos. They used to issue at my father's a certain document, sales.
A deed of sale.
Okay, thank you. A deed of sale, selling their forests to the Shabbos Goy Schmidt, to a Shabbos Goy, to a goy that would work kind of on Shabbos, and his name was Schmidt, so that Goyim will be able to work in their sold forests on Saturday. Sie pflegen euch einmal kommen fragen a Scheile, der wissen sich wegen a Jahrzeit. They would also sometimes come to ask a question to find out regarding an anniversary of death of a relative. Sie pflegen breit, bezahlen mein Vater für die Starmechires. They used to uh, 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 generously pay my father for this deed of sale. Sie pflegen euch unterzählen allerlei Meises von die Wälder, was ich hab ausgehört mit Meul und Euren. They also used to tell all kinds of stories from the forests that I used to listen to very attentively. He said, with Moilo, I was listening with my mouth and my ears. That means I was listening very well, very attentively. Teil von sie pflegen überlassen mir letzt Geld. Und einmal viele a hübsche silberne Matbea. Some of them would sometimes leave me like welfare, like farewell money to say goodbye with the money, and sometimes even a big silver coin, a 40er oder a viele a halben rubles. It's a 40, a 40, maybe 40 something, 40 coins, or even a half a ruble. Nicht einmal pflegt die Mame bei mir leihen später die Matbea und nicht können mir abgeben noch. Not just one time, my mother would borrow from me that coin and wouldn't be able to give it back to me later. Okay, Anke.
Okay. Mehr wie in Mittenjahr pflegen ot die Waldjiden ankommen in Städtel auf Yomim Neroyim zu davenen mit Minyan in die heilige Tag. So, mehr wie in Mittenjahr. Even more so, they in the middle of the year, these forest Jews would arrive in the shtetl for the high holy days to daven with a minyan during the holy days. Sie pflegen kommen mit Pferd und Wagen, mit Weib und Kinder und mit der Sachmatones, mit Grins und Fruchten und lebendige Eufes. Matones, was sie haben geführt, für die Lentschiner Jiden, welche haben sie gehäust bei sich über die Yamim Neroyim, zu davenen mit Minyan in die heilige Tag. So they would arrive with a horse and wagon, with their wife and children, and with many gifts, with vegetables, fruit, and live chickens. gifts which they brought for the Lenchina Yidden, who put them up in their houses over the high holy days, when they came to daven with a minyan for over these holy days. Zij pflegen kommen Dorfsleit mit Spaß ausrufen. Shalom Aleichem, verfeuerte Jengalkes. So they would, the townspeople would greet them with, in jest, and say, Shalom Aleichem, you rotten or dirty, I couldn't find this Yengalkis, what that means.
It's something like pears. It's some fruit. They call them like that.
Okay, I couldn't find it.
I think it's in the text that explains it.
Okay.
Yeah, as you go more downward, you'll find the explanation
Okay.
in the page.
Okay. And on zu Hernisch, als sie, die Dorfsleit, beweisen sich zusammen mit die zerfeuerte Barlich, was kommen auf zu Ort der Zeit, und man ruft sie Jengalkes. So this was a hint that these village people, they appear together with the spoiled
Unschuldig, Yangalkas, angels.
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 Okay. I couldn't find it in any of my dictionaries.
Neither could I.
Okay, so they appeared together, bringing spoiled barlich, little barrels, was kommen auf zu Ort der Zeit, und man ruft sie Jengalkes. Hab mir aber gern gesehen die Fremde in Städtel. Und jünglich haben sich gefühlt stolz, ob bei sie seinen eingestanden die Dorfsleit. So these spoiled barrels which come at the same time, and it could be that he's talking about fruit, the pears, spoiled pears that arrive at the same time, and they call them Yengalkas, angels. But we saw these strangers in the town as in a very good light, and the children felt very proud if they were staying, if these towns, village people were staying with them in their houses. Ich hab stark Mekane gewinn, die Englisch, was haben gehabt, die verfolgte Jengalkes bei sich, und gewinn ich lehova auf mein Taten, was nimmt nicht herein die dorfische Mischpoche zu sich in Haus, über die Yamim Noraim. So I was very jealous of those children who had these verfeulte Yengalkas staying with them. And I was furious with my father, who did not take in these a village people, a village family into his house over the high holidays. Die Fremde pflegen euch menader sein in Beschmedres hübsche Nedoves, euch kaufen die beste Alias. So these strangers used to pledge in the study house in the synagogue large donations when they bought the best aliyahs, coming up to read, to be called to the Torah. Teil von die Waldseuchrim seien euch gewähn reiche Jiden, Breiter und Lomdim. Und sie haben reingetrogen nach Sachfried in Städtlereien. So some of these forest merchants were also wealthy Jews, generous and knowledgeable, learned. And they brought in a great deal of joy into the village, into the town. Ich gedenk besonders ein Waldseucher, Rebbe Yair, Aid mit a silberweißer Bord, mit a schein abgebrennt Ponim, mit a malchesdicken Stell. I remember particularly one forest merchant, Rebbe Yair, a man with a silver white beard, with a well tanned face, and with a regal bearing. Der Jid fleckt trogen silberne Atoras, nicht nur auf den Talis, nor auf den Kittel. So this man wore silver, and a Torah is a band of silver embroidery on the talus around the neck. So not only did he have this embroidery on his talus, but he had it also on his kittel. Auf den Kopf hat getrogen a weiße atlessene Yarmulke, ausgehoften mit silberne Blätter. Und in Yom Kippur hat umgesteckt die Fies in grün sametene Pantoffel, euch ausgehoften mit silberne Blätter. So on his head he wore a white satin yarmulke, embroidered with silver leaves. And on Yom Kippur, he wore, and he stuck it into his feet into green velvet slippers, which were also embroidered with silver leaves. Zu dem allem hat der Jid getrogen Brillen in goldener Remlach. Und hat gelehnt die Teire mit a so süßen, dicken Nigen, als man fleckt der vielen von seiner Rede dem guten Tam von Milch und Honig, mit welcher es hat getrifft das Land von Knaan, was Gott hat abgegeben zu Israel. So in addition to this, this man, this Jew, wore spectacles with in golden frames, and when he read the Torah, he read the Torah with such a sweet and uplifting melody that one could feel in the way he was reading the good taste of milk and honey with which was dripping in the land of Canaan, which God gave over to the people of Israel. Besonders schön pflegt Rabbi Yoir sich zu singen beim Leinen Rosh Hashanah. In der Teire die Parsha wegen Gott, was hat sich der Mond in Sora. So especially beautiful was the way that Rabbi Yoir sang or cantillated the reading on Rosh Hashanah, in which the Torah the reading about the Parsha where God remembered Sarah, das Weib von Avram, the wife of Abraham, und hat ihr beschenken mit Sohn, and he gifted her or endowed her with a son, wie hat ihr versprochen, as he had promised her. Bis heint will ich noch dem Tam von Rabbi Yoir's süße Wörter. And even today, I still feel the
taste.
Yeah, but it's not really the taste here. It's
Flavor.
the feeling that of Rabbi Yoir's sweet words. The Hashem pokod et Sora kaasher omar vayas Hashem le Sora kaasher diber. So and the Lord visited Sora as he had said, and the Lord did to Sora as he spoke. Ot der Rabbi Yoir pflegt euch hereinkommen jedes Mal zu meinen Taten obstatten a visit. This same Rabbi Yoir would come each time into the house on an official visit to my father. Einmal bei noch Yomim Noraim dicke Visit hat sich Rabbi Yoir herumgeguckt auf unsere kleine Wohnung und gesagt mit sein negidisch sammeten Kohl, als es ist nicht kein Joischer, als Rov soll wohnen in einer kleiner, gedungener Dire, nur als darf haben an eigener Stub. So one time during such a post high holy day visit, Rabbi Yoir looked around our tiny dwelling, and he said with his wealthy sounding velvet voice that it was not right that a rabbi should live in such a small rented uh, house, apartment,
Apartment.
but that he should have his own house. Ihr seid avade gerecht, Rebbe Yoir, hat mein Tate gesagt. Aber was kommt raus, als das Städtele ist klein und die etlichen Millionen Jeden können nicht ausbauen ein Haus für ein Rav. So you are surely right, Rebbe Yoir, my father said. But what emerges is that this town is small and the few minyonim of Jews, they can't build, they don't have the funds to build a house for the rabbi. Rabbi Yoir hat verzeugen a Zigar, was hat verschmeckt die Stub und gesagt. So Rabbi Yoir took out a cigar, which smelt out the whole house, and he said, Sorg sich nicht, Rov. Ich will schon zustellen Holz auf Wand und a Dach. Don't worry, Rabbi. I will supply wood for the walls and for the roof. Für dem Übrigen wird ihr schon allein müssen sorgen, but for the rest, you will have to take care of it. In etliche Tag noch Reb Joiers heimfahren, seinen verfahren etliche Waggons mit Belkes, Baljes und Bretter, von Gordicke bis Gordine, mit Leistlich und Schindeln. Und die goyische Balagoles haben herabgeworfen das schöne, glattige Gehilz lebenden Beschmedres. So a few days after Rebbe Yoir's departure for home, there arrived several wagons of beams and girders. Balias are found as wash tubs, but it doesn't fit into the context. So I don't know what balias are.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either.
Yeah, so these are beams and planks, from very thick ones to very thin ones, where leistlich with strips of molding and shingles, and the Gentile wagon drivers unloaded these beautiful straight timber next to the Bishmedras, the study house. Schreibt unter, Panye Rabin, haben die Poerim gesagt und mit die Spitzfinger herausgenommen von die Hitlern papierlich geschrieben mit Rabbi's hand. So sign, Mr. Rabbi, the peasants said. And with their fingertips, they took out from their hats papers written in the hand of Reb Yoir. Okay, Rochel.
Okay. I only have a few minutes, so I'll only, with your kind permission, read a little bit. But Yankov, I have a question about one word that you read before. The word achnoe, mit achnoe, you said that it was humility. It was on page
Yes.
Yeah, page 154, the very first paragraph, the second line from the top.
Yeah.
Der Feld, ja, oder abgenommen das Hitler von Porets und gebeugen sich in Achnoi, that he bent down with humility. I thought, I don't know, in my mind, Achnoi is surrender.
Civility. Yeah.
Pardon?
Civility.
I,
Servile.
civility.
Servility. Yeah.
The word for servant. The root is serve, servile, servant. So when you bend with servility, it's not civility, which is like graciousness and good manners. Servility is that you bend your head like a servant. You're it's somewhat obsequious, I guess, for want of a
Thank
better
you.
word.
Thank you. You all teach me English. So
Yes.
I can now avoid English classes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I did not understand it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where are we here?
Yeah. The Tata, page
Yeah.
157.
Okay, ja, okay. Der Tate hat noch gedacht reden mit dem Poretz wegen der Erd. Auf welcher man hat gedacht, das Heustellen und hat gebeten die Jiden, wo seinen Eingeher beim Schrore, sie sollen reden mit dem darüber. So my father still had to talk with the nobleman regarding the land upon which the house was supposed to be built. And so he asked those Jews who were close to power, centralized power. They were close to the government, to the governor, to the nobleman, to the ruler, right? But Sora is in Hebrew power. So he was asking Jews who were close to power, they should speak to him, to power, yeah, to the ruler about that. So in eine Matog ist der Poet Christowski verfahren mit sein Britschke zu unser Haus und herausgerufen dem Taten. So in one day, the nobleman Christowski, it's a Polish, came by with his carriage to our house and he called out my father. My father was standing in a yarmulke and he did not understand one word of the Polish that the guy was speaking. The poets hat reingemischt jiddische Wörter und gelost wissen, als der läuft mein Vater auszubauen a Heisel auf sein Erd und dabei verlangt er nicht sein jährlichen Abzoll für den Platz, wie nimmt als solchen von die übrigen Jiden. Just one second. I have to charge my computer. I find this. So the nobleman was using, he mixed Yiddish words into his Polish, and he let my father know that he is allowing my father to buy a house on his land, and for that he is not demanding any annual payment for his place as he's doing with the rest of the rest of the Jewish people.
So he allowed him to,
He demands money from all other Jews, but not from my
Yeah.
father.
but
This is what he
not,
says. I'm sorry.
Rochel, not that he should buy the house, but that he should build the house.
Build the house. Did I say buy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just got out of my mouth. I didn't mean it. Okay, thank you. Bei Richter darf kein Geld nicht nehmen. A judge doesn't have to take money from another judge. He said,
Smilingly.
smilingly. Ja. Okay. Der Tate hat gesagt für der Mammen, als der Goy ist aber der einer von die Chassidei Umos Oilam. Und man hat genommen Dingen etliche goyische Bäuer, sie sollen sich nehmen Bäuern für uns ein Haus. So my father told my mother that that goy is probably one of the righteous people in the from the goyim. There's like a belief in the Jewish culture. There's among the goyim there are some that are very righteous, extremely righteous. So he is one of those. So so we started hiring a few Goyish builders say that they should start building a house for us. And now I have to say goodbye.